Coach, just biggest difference in the second half for you guys? What kind of led to the turnaround?
You know what, Rob? I thought at the end of the first half, we started getting a little bit more locked in defensively. Thought we started settling in a little bit offensively. A week off, I wasn't really sure how we'd come out. I wasn't sure where the timing would be once we got out against outside competition. But I think defensively, the second half, I think the pace, the first half, even though we weren't scoring, we couldn't make a three, and it seemed like, and then a couple guys turned down some shots where, again, we've gone back and shown them so many times when he turned down shots where it leads to the turnovers that we normally have. But, and Florida was aggressive to start with. And once I thought they settled in with that and got aggressive ourselves, trying to go beat it as opposed to just being content to get it in, that helped us. But I can't say, Mike White, what he's gone through, losing the preseason player of the year and the job he's done is really, really commendable. I tell you what, he could very well be coach of the year in this league because he's done a terrific job trying to fight through a lot. But it was a good win for us. We needed it. I think our guys a week off from an emotional standpoint. These guys, it's helped them. I think physically it's helped them. Now we've got another week here, and that's going to be a little bit different. But yet we just have to see if we can use it to our advantage.
Rick, how good was it to see Fulkerson not only produce the way he did, but the way he did it? Aggressive attacking early on.
Grant, I told him at halftime, if he'll get back to playing with that kind of force, we'll get back exactly where we want to be, because he made a couple moves where he really played above the rim, and he made some plays. And this week, if he can just get that and get it bottled up, and it's going to be good. For him, it'll be good for us. But to see him, no one loves this university any more than he does. He's grown up. I think he would tell you he's been a volunteer his whole life. And for him, it was an emotional day. I think probably for him, as much as any player that we've had since we've been here, because of his ties to the state. And but for him to come out and, again, just get aggressive and play with the force that he did at times is what we need. And happy for him. Really am happy for him.
Rick, you guys rebounded offensively to a really high clip, especially early in the second half. What changed? What led to that, especially from Eve with the way that he did that?
Well, again, Josiah, when I walked in today, first guy I saw said, "Hey, Joe, we need 10 rebounds out of you." He said, "I'm going to get 10," and he did today. But we went through a segment there where, again, I know that their players were a little bit fatigued because they play hard. They cut hard on offense. They play hard on defense. That segment where I think we got four or five offensive rebounds, we were just getting to the ball a little bit quicker, but overall it was again, I thought the rhythm that we got into in the second half, doing some things on the offensive end, the guys were really, if they would take the shots, guys know where rebounds are going to come off, and we can go get them that way. But again, it's just guys making the effort, knowing that we've got to get back to getting offensive rebounds.
Let's go Ben McKee, Nicholas Hill, and Welsh Wrecker.
Rick, you talk about the week being so beneficial for you all. What did the week look like in preparing for this game, and will you kind of go with a similar routine given you're kind of in the same circumstance once again?
Well, we took Sunday, Monday off, came in and went Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit harder on Tuesday than Wednesday. Thursday off again, and got on a 2-day prep like we like to do, Friday, Saturday, and a little bit more on Friday, very little yesterday. And then we came in this morning. And but when I say that as a team, we really try to keep it to a minute, somewhere around. And it slows down. The pace slows down right now because there's so much talking about the details and that part of it. But we did go up and down because they wanted to. They wanted to play. That's one thing that they wanted to get up and down the court. Second team wanted to go at it with them a little bit. And so this week we'll probably again take 2 days off. We haven't really looked at it because I haven't thought about it. But even I will tell you this, even when we give these guys days off, they don't take them. They are in the gym on their own. I think this time of year, each guy knows what he needs physically with his own body. And, some guys feel like they need to touch a ball every day. Some guys need to rest, and they work, but there's not a day that goes by that they don't come in here and work on their bodies with Garrett or Chad. There's something going on even on days off with
Coach, in the first meeting against Florida, you guys really had a problem with a lot of turnovers, and today you guys only turned over the ball 13 times. Just what was the difference in between the first game and today in terms of taking care of the ball?
Well, when you go back and look at the game there, we showed them last night. We showed them probably like 15, 20 clips where we'd have shot the ball, we wouldn't have turned it over. And I actually like to play here at the end when we had a shot clock violation. If we get deep into that clock, you can't pass the ball with 2 seconds and put a guy in there. Santi did that, even though it scored as a shot clock violation. We've got to shoot the ball, even when you're 2 for 13 or whatever we ended up from the 3. I don't know what it was, 2 for whatever. I'd rather do that than have those turnovers, because those turnovers lead to baskets for the other team. And first of all, I have confidence we're going to make shots. I watch us make them. Some games they go in, some days they don't. But the fact is, we'll just take open shots, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a 3. It's just when guys will, like first half, we stopped ourselves twice on drives. The second half, we kept saying go until they stop us. And BJ made a couple good, plays at the rim. Jaden came in and did it. Jaden wasn't feeling great today. He wasn't feeling great yesterday. But the fact is, we'll shoot the ball and let everybody play the role, do it. We'll get offensive rebounds. We'll get stick backs. We'll just get guys ready that need to shoot it.
Rick, you talked about this week, getting some guys maybe a little bit of rest, come back a little bit healthier. Where was Josiah on that list? It just seems like today he looks more like himself, and y'all are always a different team when he's doing all the different things he does.
Well, Josiah is one of those guys would tell you he loves being in the gym. It hurt him because, he couldn't do anything with his left hand. He couldn't shoot, couldn't do anything for basically 2 weeks. And he would tell you that he's a rep guy. He wants those reps. Guys that grow up being in the gym all the time, it's almost addicting to them and addictive to them. And if you don't do it, you feel like I'm not myself. And even if it's just coming in some days, just shooting free throws, if it comes in just working on some simple ball handling drills, just in your own mind, I think he needs that more for himself than anybody. But he's so mature, and he's a guy that we have so much trust in. We're going to listen to him. We're going to listen to what he says, but he might call a coach and say, look, I want to get up 300 shots today. I want to do this. I want to do that. And we listen to him, because there's certain guys that you just know, they know themselves. But he's one of those guys that I would tell you that never wants to take a day off. And when he had to shut it down for that really almost 2 weeks, did it set him back? Did it set us back? You guys watch us play, it does. But hopefully now he can. I was proud today that he took it hard to the rim one time, tried to dunk the ball. That's what we want to see him do. And he got hit a little bit. And that's, the last time he hurt his wrist was kind of on that same kind of play.
Gustavo, Grant, and David Pascal.
Coach, the way your team played today, do you feel like they were already in a playoff mode, like postseason mode, especially the way they came back in the second half?
Well, winning's hard. I don't care at any level you coach, any level you play. Winning anything is hard. You play Florida, you're going to be in for a fight from start to finish. You play anybody in this league, you play anybody outside the league, winning's hard, and the ebbs and flows of the game, you have to deal with it emotionally. You got to deal with it. And, what I liked about our guys, I thought their attitudes were terrific this week. I thought they got locked back into some things, and I think we got healthy in some ways, and now we can, I thought that EJ and Asiki had a good week, and guys, right now we can continue to get just a couple minutes here or there with him, with Olivier. Uros, we were prepared to play Uros today because we thought maybe if Castleton got going that Uros's length could play. Ticket went in. Those minutes are valuable minutes, and the energy that they bring, and the fact that they're making the other team work hard, even if they don't score, they're bringing energy. And because I know we trust them defensively, we trust what they do, and so for our team morale, just getting everybody locked in and on the same page this time of year is all you can ask for, and it's all you want. But understanding that we need everybody, because again, winning is hard.
Rick, how much does getting that fourth and final double bye quarterfinal into the SEC tournament matter for you guys? How important was that?
Well, I've seen some teams take advantage of, being in those 4 seeds. Some teams, they get it going early and can play through it. But, obviously, if you look at it, it's in terms of playing last game, that's what you want to do. From a fatigue factor. I can go back to the last time we were in the championship game. We had to come back hard against Kentucky. We gave everything we had. I couldn't imagine having to play a day before that and do that because it's hard. Like I said, winning's hard, and it's supposed to be. If you want to be good at something, you're supposed to have to work hard to get at it. But obviously, if you can get the double bye, get the bye, you'd like to think it works to your advantage.
Rick, as a follow to that, is it any kind of confidence boost, given what y'all went through? And you even said last week, we've got everything on the table except in front of us, except a regular season title. Can a double bye just kind of give you a little bit of a mental and confidence boost?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. I try not to read a whole lot of into anything other than our team, what we need to do to prepare and get ready. But and this time of year is a time of year that I hope guys really get excited about playing, wanting to play, and understand. You start watching basketball this time of year, it does almost get down to a possession game where every possession matters, and you've got to, again, all the things that we've talked about all year. You'd like to think that guys are going to be more keen, more alert. They've learned a lot through this right now. And what do we have to do for everybody to bring their best right now? Everybody. And so the mental part is really important. But physically, if you can be healthy, I feel for a guy like I know Villanova, I've read where they've lost 2 players. It breaks your heart because, I don't want anybody, think about Florida without Trey Mann. He started out the season losing the preseason player of the year. Then one of the, obviously one of their better players don't get to play today. Those are tough. But what we've learned through that too is we've seen it happen. We watched Illinois go beat Michigan without their best player because everybody at the Division I level can play, and you give them minutes. So regardless of what's in front of you, you've got to be ready because we've seen too many things happen in a 40-minute game. And just because somebody's down somebody, 1 or 2 guys, that doesn't mean they can't compete because, believe me, if we lose some guys, I promise you, I've never coached a game in my life that I didn't think we could win that game. I don't care where I've ever been. I thought every game that I've ever been a part of, that if we played our ability that we can win as an assistant coach, head coach. And I think every team in the country feels like that when they go out on the court this time.
If I could ask a quick follow, the screen that Fulkerson set up, 4 minutes into that game, I felt that thing down here in Chattanooga. How much did that just kind of set the tone, do you think, for his, because obviously it was an emotional day for him, but that screen 4 minutes in was something.
Well, we said if they're going to get in the back court, we're going to use some step-up screens and get our guys going and give them some space and let's go. Because we get guys, I like to think, and we said, hey, if they want to attack us with pressure, let's attack them with pressure, put pressure on the rim. But him back there doing that, I thought that was, again, he did his job. John's never going to try to do anything to hurt anybody like that. And I admire, I think it was Appleby. He took a good pop, but he came right back in. And again, you saw Fultz, you go right out and tell him, hey, it was nothing intentional. And because that's John Fulkerson. But our guys have great respect for Florida. They really do. They know they play hard, they compete. But again, we need to play with force. And whether it's setting screens, blocking out, whatever it may be, we need to have that type of mentality.
Finish up with Trey Wallace.
Hey, Rick, you guys have now gotten through the regular season, and we head down this spot we had last year where you're going to Nashville to play for the SEC tournament. How big of an accomplishment is it to your players, your staff, and your training staff just to get through the regular season for an opportunity to go to Nashville?
I would tell you this. I think it's been an unbelievable accomplishment for all of us in college basketball because it's unlike anything that I've ever witnessed in my life. Over the last couple of weeks when things aren't going, we want them always to be perfect, but no team in the country goes through it. But when you think, the one thing that I told Kim English today, I said, the one thing that I miss about these masks is seeing our guys smile, to see their face. The way I can look at them and read it. And I think about it, I don't know when the last time they really saw my face or saw because when I'm in the locker room with them, I'm gonna wear my mask. I want to do that. I want to do what we're supposed to do. And I think about our freshmen who've been here. Nothing is normal in terms of what we started out with. So to think about how the SEC took it from the beginning to say, hey, we're gonna work our way through this, to what we've done on campus with our leadership here. You could bring it to the athletic department, into what our doctors, what our internal staff has done. It's remarkable. And the fact is, what the players have gone through, I don't think any of us can understand what guys go through when all they do, class, here, back to their dorm. Because we've asked them to do that. We've asked them to keep, like we go on the road, families are there. I mean, think about it. We normally give them all the time they can have with their family, but it's tough to go up and say, hey, look, we got to go. We got to kind of keep this thing to a minimum because we're trying to protect everybody to get to this time of year. So again, we started testing today. Everybody's back in the testing protocol, getting ready for postseason. And we have to talk about it again, how we got to lock it down more than we've ever locked it down. Even though I don't know how much more we can lock it down than we've had it. But it's been a year that when I look back, I'm certainly impressed with the leadership from the highest level down. And but more importantly, I appreciate what our guys have done because I know it has not been easy on them. I know what it's like to be a kid. I was one, and I don't know if I could have done what they did as a kid. I don't. I would have been one that wouldn't have probably adhered to the rules because of my personality. But the fact is, I admire guys for doing the right thing, and I know it's been hard on them, and not just us, but I think for any team in college basketball.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.